let's look at gold. Let's look at the market. So starting the monthly time frame, we can clearly see that gold is extremely bullish. And the first thing we'll be waiting and looking out for, we know that gold is going to be going up, but we'll wait for price to come back down to somewhere around 2450, 2449, 2450 thereabout, and then from there we'll be looking for buys. Now gold didn't manage to come down there last week. Gold just ranged in this area, but this new week price will most likely come back down again to back down to 2450, and from there we'll be looking for buys to go in. So on the weekly time frame, on the weekly charts, we can clearly see that gold is still bullish, right? And like we said on the monthly, price should be coming back down to 450 thereabouts. You can see that this is a support area. So like I said, looking at the daily, you can see that price is still bullish and price has been ranging around this area, right? So what we're going to be looking for is for price to come back down to this 2450 zone like we said. And as you can see, it lines up with this trend line that we have here, right? And looking at the daily, you can see that the daily is looking bearish. All right, price tested this resistance area several times. As you can see, for almost 3 weeks now, price has tested this resistance area and has failed to break it. So this new week we are going into, where price is most likely going to experience a drawdown, right, and come down to around 2450, and from there we're going to be looking for buys. So we can capitalize both on the sells down and we can also capitalize on the buys when it's going up. So but before price will come back down, price will most likely go up a little to probably around 2500, that's 2500, or probably even go up to as high as 2520, 2530 thereabout, and then from there price will drop again to this support area. Now if price drops down to this support area where it's been ranging and it breaks it, then we know that price is going to come down to around 2450. Then from there we'll be looking for our main buys. On the 4 hour, we can clearly see the price has tested this area, this resistance area, 2530 thereabout, about several times. This is the first time, second time, third time, fourth time, fifth time, and sixth time, right? So 6 times price has tested this zone and failed to break it, and then now it pushed back down. So price, like I said, will most likely go back up here to this area around this zone between 2500 and 2005, 25, 30 thereabout, and then from there when we see a rejection from around here, we're going to capitalize it downwards. Now if it gets down here, price could also bounce from this support area, right, 2480 thereabout. Price could bounce from this area and start going up. But if price doesn't break this support area, like as you can see, price has tested this support area several times, 1, 2, and 3 and 4, and price failed to break it. So if price comes back down to the support area and it gives us signs of a an upward moves, then we can also capitalize on the buys. But if price breaks it down, then we know that price is going to break it down and continue down to around that 2450 that we spoke about. So let's look at it better. So looking at it here, looking at the 4 hour, we can clearly see, like I said, if price tests this resistance area, it will go back up somewhere around there and then come back down to the support area. Now when price gets to this support area, right, 2470 thereabout, if it gives us a sign of a bull run, then we'll go for the buys. But price will most likely break it. That's what I'm thinking. Price will break it and come down to around 2450, or even a little bit lower to 2430 thereabout. So when price comes down to this zone, we are going to keep a keen eye on it. We're going to keep a good look on this, and when we see an opportunity to buy, we're going to go on the buys and we're going to hold it up. Now the only way we will be looking for sales at this point is if price breaks lower. If price breaks lower and passes this 2390, or let's just say 2400 level, once price breaks lower and goes below this trend line and goes lower, then we know that okay, price will most likely keep going down, and so it will go back for a retest and then continue the downward move. But I don't really see that happening. What I think will most likely happen, what I believe would most likely happen, is that price will come back down to around this 2450 area, and we're going to look for our buys around this zone, 2450, 2430, and then we're going to capitalize on the move up. So that's what we'll be looking out for. So you can clearly see this trend line that price broke out from, right? So price broke out from this trend line, went back up to test it, and then started coming back down, right? And look at the other trend line we spoke about around the 2450, 2430 zone that we say price might come back down to before we start seeing the bull run or the push up again. So looking at the 1 hour, we can clearly see how price came and swept this high. Price swept this high. Now, if you push a little bit to your left, you would also see that price also swept another high there at around this point here. But price swept this high. Now, immediately after sweeping this high, you notice that price did not close with the body above this. If you look at the 4-hour, the daily, and the weekly time frame, you see that price also did not close above this high. So price just swept it, and as price swept it, price began retracing back down. This was during the news, right? So as price started going back down, price now broke this area. As price broke this structure, this is a clear indication that price will most likely keep going down, right? And it will go down to the same area we talked about, the 2450 level we talked about. So what is most likely going to happen here is that price will first of all most likely go up here and then come back down to this support. Price will go up to around this 2509 and this 2530 area, and then we'll be looking for a rejection from there. If we see one, then we're going to go on the sell down. But if we don't, then price will most likely break it and then continue its move up. Look out for the buys up from here. When price gets there, if it gives us a rejection downwards, then we'll capitalize on the sells back down. Now, if price gets back down to this point, price could also go up, like I said, continue going up from here, or it might give us some form of correction pattern and then continue going back down. Now, when it goes back down, it's going to come back down to this zone, 2450 level or 2430, and then there we can now begin to look for an opportunity for a buy. So we can see something like this, and then when we see that, then we can take the buys up. So we're going to be looking for something like this of this nature. So in this looking at this, there will be an opportunity. There will be opportunities for sales and there will be opportunities for buys. So we just need to keep watching the market as it plays out, and so whatever opportunity the market presents to us, we're going to take it. We're going to jump on it. If it's a sell, we're going to take the sell. If it's a buy, we're going to take the buy. We just need to observe the market, observe the market very well, watch the market very well, and then look out for the different opportunities that price is going to present to us at those key levels. So I've already given you guys the key levels to look out for. You look out for price around that 2530 thereabout, 2500 and 2530. You're looking out for sales. Then be looking for buys around 2480, 2470, 79 thereabouts, looking for buys. If it breaks that level, then we'll be looking for buys at around 2430, 2450 thereabouts, right? So those are the things to look out for. Hope this weekly analysis helped. If you love this, make sure to subscribe, follow our channel, and share it with others. This is one of the ways you will help support what we're doing. And also make sure to follow so that when we post updates during the week, you're not going to miss out on these updates. So guys, have a wonderful